All right, guys, good morning to you. This is Kel once again on the 31st of March 2025, Monday. Selamat Hari Raya Aidilfitri to all my Muslim community friends and your family members. May all the good bestow to you and your family. All right. Now, today we continue the Zoom session because this morning we started a bit late because we have very good news that people in Cambodia, in Indonesia, in Malaysia, and probably Thailand very soon, and China, of course, are going to use the Crazii system, or they are already using it. And some of them from Cambodia has already traded the Hang Seng and profited. So guys, that's the reason why I say Crazii is going to go everywhere. All right, good morning to you once again to all who just came in. And before we start the session, disclaimer apply as usual. Please do your risk management before engaging into the market. Okay, so let's go into the market right now. Oh gosh, look at gold. I mean, gold is incredible. It's going to hit 3,100 very soon, in my opinion. So why is gold and gold? Now, some people have been asking me, Kel, how come you don't call for sell in gold? First of all, guys, we cannot break our own rule, right? The market is above OP. The KSI is green. The KCX is black. The market is above MA30. It's not possible to call for a sell right now. Yes, swing trader can sell at periodic high. But the swing trader, the risk is that it may go higher and it may be a runaway trend. So that's the reason why we do not do that, okay? Although I don't discourage, in fact, I encourage swing trading, but you need to be very on your toes and you must know your risk assessment from down there. So now the KCL is very clear. You can see the CCRY here, the CCRY here, okay? And let me double check something here. Give me a short while. For a minute, yeah. Okay. A CCRY here, and then followed by the KSI green, right? So that's the only reason why you have the KCL here. So I already tell you guys, when the market is trading above the KCL, okay, it's a very strong buy signal. Remember that I told you before. So you see there's a KCL here, whereby it's a CCYR instead, but the market stays above the line, right? So become a very strong buy signal. That's why our KCL is a very powerful tool that you must use to trade. Okay, if not, you will misuse this and then you will get the wrong side of the track. Okay, so today's gold already broke the pivot one. So by right, it's a classic buy signal. But I will have my reservation here because this morning itself, we already bought gold and we profited from it. So now the thing is I'm watching very closely on this pivot one, 3094. If the market stays above 3094, yes, we stay long in gold. But if the market pulls back and trade below 30694, sorry, my pad is now 3094, then yes, there will be selling. Okay, we use the pivot as a form of resistance, and we know pivot is a very strong resistance number. It's meant for turnover. So that's why as long as gold stay above pivot one, I'm long. If not, if you stay below it, then I may do a considerable short there itself. Okay, all clear? If all clear, press number 1 right now. Now, I told you before, on Monday, gold will be very hectic. Gold will move on Monday because of the Dubai market that trades on Saturday and Sunday. So that's why the spillover will come into the market, right? I said only for Monday. So every time I talk about this, people they say, oh yeah, I missed the gold this morning. And every time they say this on the Monday, okay? So what happened is that tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, they'll repeat the same process and say, Kel, how come I don't make money on gold in the morning? And I tell you already, Monday morning can trade gold, but Tuesday to Friday don't trade gold in the morning. I set this up 10 times already. Ah, gosh. Okay. All right. So let's go through what happened today. Yeah. Okay. Let's go. So this morning, gold opened and it shoot up, right? And the first thing it met was a resistance at the pivot one at 3094. And you can see that it did close above 3094. So let's say you purchase it there. But the moment it goes below the 3094, you have to cut your position because remember, pivot is a strong resistance. So after it sold down, right, the first target it will go will be OP, right, because that's the nearest technical point, and that was where I bought back some of my short position. Then after that itself, it went down lower, and indeed, until this point itself, right, I was talking to my wife having breakfast, and then gold was coming down, KSI was going down, KCX was going down, everything was going down. Suddenly, there is a diamond pop up. Okay, I missed this diamond totally, so that's the reason why you need to have the app in the future. Next time when the app is available, you can key gold diamond or go for diamond. if there is going to be a trade that come out like this, it will send you a notification to your Crazii app. And then if you want to see the chart, you just go ahead. If you don't want to see the chart, you just say cancel or skip, depending what is the thing that we mentioned in the app site itself, which we are really grilling our head to do that. So that's how the app will work. So for you, how you trade, simple guys. The candlestick that has a diamond, place a closing price line there. So then the next thing is this, put a stop loss. Now you can put a stop loss here, okay, which is quite good. If not, you can put a stop loss here. Now, depending on where you want more comfortable. Here itself is tight. Here a bit further. The good part is that if it's further away, you don't feel so stressed up. Second of all, it's all right. The probability of getting hit may not be there, but your risk is the same for the first or second one. Now, you put at the first one instead, then what happened? Your lot size will generally be bigger. That's for sure. It's maths. And if the thing is bigger, your earnings will be bigger. So now, example, if you actually hold this position and you notice that from here to here, the range itself is about $3.50, right? So which means that if goal is to go up to here to the pivot, you'll make about $12. So which means that you know that your risk reward ratio is about 1:3. I mean, 1 risk to 3 reward. Yeah, that is how it works. So if you think that you're comfortable with this, then it's very simple. You just need to buy here. You just have to buy here, put your stop loss here, and you're done. And if the price goes to the pivot, which is beautifully reached this point, it pulls back, yes, you're done. So what can you do? Let's say you buy 0.06 contract for some reason. So here you can do a 0.03, right? And then after that, you can shift your stop loss from here, shift it to here, correct? Just shift it to somewhere around here. So now you can see gold is shooting up again, right? And then you are, oh gosh, all more profit. Yes, correct. With the remaining 0.03 contract. So that is how you do it. Very simple, very easy. You just have to follow the rule. Now, what is the blue arrow for again? Some of you may ask me again. Now, whenever the market is above OP and it's above pivot, it will have a blue arrow. Now, you notice this morning, it was here, in fact. This morning, you look at my diagram that I posted, it was here. So now, because it's doing the second time, the new arrow is here. So the arrow only showcase once throughout the chart. It's not repainting. Repaint means that the color change itself. The arrow is there, but it gives you the latest arrow. Understand? So you see, guys, do not be, get misguided by people who just talk nonsense in the market, which they don't know the system at all. Now, gold is definitely moving higher. You can see it's rushing up itself because, like I say again, we're at no man's land right now. It can go higher and higher. Now, my target personally is still at 3150. This is my personal target. But I actually put that in the video MAO that it will be likely in this July period. So, of course, if you gush up, it doesn't mean it don't change the fact that you should take profit, but you hit the point of that on that itself. Okay, so there's no mathematics here itself. End of the day, you make your own call. If you think that gold will go to 3003, what Goldman Sachs says, then follow through. It's fine. For me, I take the safer way. I take profit along the way right now because anything above 3,100, in my opinion, itself is very, very high already. Okay, that's my take. Yeah. Okay. So let's move on. The next market I look at is Dow Jones. Now this morning, Dow Jones gapped down because there are a lot of worries on the 2nd of April. The tariff will kick in, and then there will be a retaliation from other countries and stuff like that. So end of the day, who suffer? We the people who suffer, right? So what can we do? We just have to make money from the market. That's all. There's nothing else you can do. Okay. So let's just look into this. Okay. The first thing first is that you can see the Dow Jones opening price is 41,357. The MLP 41,905. Okay. So what's to do? Now remember, if the MLP is above you, the market generally is bearish for today. But the condition is that it has to trade below OP. That's a fact. If the market don't trade above OP, doesn't trade below OP, right, you cannot call for sell. This is the key rule. So this morning when the Dow opened at 41,357, initially it went down first. So some of you call me up and say, Kel, can we short the Dow? I say, can, right, no problem. But I gave a very strong warning. I told you KSI is green, yeah? So there will be buyers coming in. I said that to you, right? So straight away, the market later on came in. I'll show you the chart later. So now it's above OP. Can I buy? I say again, you can buy. You can buy. But then I won't put heavy lot size because why? the MA30, straight away, the market later on came in. I'll show you the chart later. So now it's above OP. Can I buy? I say again, you can buy. You can buy. But then I won't put heavy lot size because why? The MA30 and the MA200 are all bearish. Wow. Then you say, Kel, very confusingly. Here cannot buy, here cannot sell. No, the keyword is quantity. When the market basically is not totally on your side, you don't need to take the risk to play all in. Only when the things are all aligned itself, then you can do all in trading if you really want to do that. Okay, so to me, this is not a worthy trade to do all in factoring. All right, so what is best? So I will say this: if the market can go below OP and if the KSI turns red, then I will sell already, definitely for sure. Okay, so that is the day chart analysis. Let's go to 5-minute chart. So same thing again, because of the trading activity coming from the Saudi side itself. Normally Monday, the Dow will also be quite active, yeah. So some people say, Kel, yeah, morning I missed. But let's go through the whole thing again, guys. Let's look at it one more time. So this is the Dow Jones chart, as you can see, as a trader. Okay, so what must you do? So first of all, right, below OP, you sell, okay. Then after that, the price recover with a diamond, right? So what must you do? Place a line at the closing price. Okay, always use closing price. Now, you take a look here yourself. You will notice that the closing price, when you put it in, become very magical. Do you notice that? The market as if know where to bounce. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. You see, what we're doing is that we saw the diamond, we put a line at the closing price. We do not know what will happen next in the coming future. But incredibly, based on what we are seeing right now, the market is performing as if that they know that the white line exists. Don't you think it's crazy? If you think it's crazy, please press number 2 right now. Or best, key the word crazy for me if you think so, yeah? Now the thing is this. What is making me very excited? Because I can see that the market is reading us off. So some of you say, oh, Kel, is it the boys looking at us? Do they have a crazy system? I mean, seriously, how I know? Maybe one of you guys are from Goldman Sachs or Morgan Stanley or JP Morgan. How I know? End of the day is that I don't care. Why? Because you see, this is where we will buy, right? Okay, this is where we will buy. But where's our stop loss? Now, if you put a stop loss here itself, which is the low of the candlestick, which I technically tell you that, then you say, Kel, I buy already. I get stop out. Though the price did not hit the line, but because of the spread, you got hit. Guys, please be logical, be sensible, be mature on this. If the low of the candle is very near to the entry, then do not put it there. I mean, that will be ultimate silly to put at the level where you can get tripped easily. You do not put it there. So you just have to take this away and relook at the chart. So what you can do is there's 2 ways to get it. Now, one way is the easiest way to put at the lowest point of where the trough is. Okay, that is the easier way out. The second way, with something that I have not back tested but make logical sense, is I can put it at a candle that has a very long candle body low. So which means that, right, you can see from the chart here itself, right, read the chart from right to left, yeah? The nearest candle that has a candlestick body that is longer than the entry, and then decent size, you can put it there. Now, why is that so? Very simple. Now, if you put it here itself, right, it's a trough. But if it's too far away, the risk-reward ratio is not worth it. You got an idea? So there's no wrong or right answer. To me, it's out. Once you buy entry, make sure your stop loss in place, you're done. So let's say now we do this particular trade. Let's say we have this entry as a buy, and this is stop loss, right? Okay. So that is our range. Now the range itself, let's take a look. The range is approximately about 30 points. Now 30 points for Dow is decent. It's not very big, but it's not very small. So 30 points. And you look at it, if I really mark it up to 30 points higher, I will have it somewhere around here. I would have taken a profit already, which I did. So if you buy here itself, your first profit is somewhere around here and you make your 30 points, or AKA, now if you risk basically $100 here, you risk $100, you would have made $100 back and you did not suffer any headache, because when the price came down, you know the stop loss is already in place. Even the price come down, you know the KSI is helping you, so you don't need to worry. So this is the beauty of having the risk assessment done at the right place. Got idea? Okay. So now, Kel, there's a new diamond. What should we do? Very simple. Change. Okay, first of all, okay, take this away. Put your new line to here. Okay, put it here at the closing price. So now you have a new diamond. So same thing again, your stop loss. Where should I put? Now, if this time round you put a stop loss here, which is the nearest lowest point, you'll be tripped. If you put the lowest point here, you'll be tripped. So in this case itself, you will definitely lose money for this Dow. I'm not going to lie about it. You'll lose money. Okay? But then again, no problem. Let's try again. So now the thing is this, the Dow now is basically doing this, going sideways. And if you think that the Dow is going to go up, make sure that you buy only if it goes above the line. So separately itself, if you think the market will go down instead, no problem. You can sell when you see the bar turns red. Now, some of you ask me this question, can I wait for it to just go sell now? No, you need for it to turn red, then it's okay. The bar has to turn red, then it is okay to sell. If not, do not sell. All clear? If all clear, press number 3 right now. So today itself, you can see I'm more hyped because I realized that my energy level will assist you better in trading. And I know that if you just follow me, I put the stop loss for you, you will learn it faster. And that is why we are advocating the Copycal and Crazii AA to do the thing together. Yep. Okay. So we have 17 of you online right now. Pretty good numbers for our morning session on Monday. Was a holiday. Okay, done deal, yeah? So I'm going to cancel this and then look at the next market before we jump to our revision time. Okay, so let's go to the next market right now. And that should be the S&P, right? I'm expecting that to happen because I'm sure some of you are trading S&P quite religiously. Okay. All right, so let's look at the S&P 500. Okay, now again, I repeat again. Guys, if you don't see the diamond, don't freak out. Now, just make your screen smaller. Now, if you notice by right and left, you don't see any diamond. That means confirm there's only one answer. It's not a screen is spoiled. You just need to do one simple thing. Right-click and then refresh. Right-click, press refresh. If you've done that properly, you will see the KCL line coming up. You've done properly, you see the diamond coming out, okay? So we have a diamond right here, okay? And this is how it works. Let me explain this to you for the day chart trading once again. So you place a line at this closing level and you notice that it's the same as KCL, yeah? And then a stop loss, you place it somewhere around here, the low of the day, of the candle. And then you notice that if you have purchased it right here, so you might be tripped, okay? You might be tripped, right? For this S&P, you might be tripped for 2-3 times before it basically went up. But again, if your stop loss is placed according to size, you should be able to make back the money later on, okay? All right, so that is S&P for those who look at diamond trade for the day chart and stuff like that. So let's look at for today's direction, all right? So today's Dow Jones is very clear. The S&P is very clear. The S&P now is trading below OP and it's below MLP, it's below MA30, below MA200, and KSI is red in color. Now, with all these things, definitely the selling pressure on the S&P will be stronger than the rest. Okay, so where would it be going? Well, I said in my video that if it's going to go down, the first target I'm expecting to see is 55.00. Okay, I think that is the level it will go because that is where the market low was. So if the market has been going up for, let's say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days, all right, and it came down within 4 days, then naturally for it to come down to the lowest point itself, it's not difficult to expect, yeah? So this one, you need to understand this. It's really not difficult to expect. So because all the stop loss will be put down there, right, where the low is, so the market will likely be tripping it. And where will it happen? Maybe in the afternoon, who knows? All right, so speaking of itself, right, gold is back to 3104 again. So guys, trade carefully. Don't just short, without knowing what you're doing because you don't want to be caught in this run because I can tell you that a lot of people are short in gold over the last few weeks and they get caught very badly. So yeah, okay, follow the OP rule is always your best bet. Okay, all right, let's continue to the next market before we go to the revision side. This is the dollar yen. Now that is the reason why the market now is really coming down. Okay, this is dollar yen. Now the dollar yen coming down means that the dollar is weakening, right? The dollar is weakening. So why we know dollar is weakening? Because you can see the opening price versus the pivot 2. The market basically now opens below pivot 2 and is coming down. It's a classic sell. But wait, Kel, KSI green, KCX blue, I thought that will put the market. No, guys, always use the price action. KSI, KCX is just additional reference for you to consider your lot size. If everything's aligned, you go for the maximum lot size that you can create based on risk management. But if the risk management calculator itself, you notice that the KSI or KCX is against you, then you just reduce your size. All right. Only elephant trade itself is a setup, but we still must look at price action for it to go in, right? So do not use the KSI or KCX as a by individual to just buy and sell. Yeah. Okay. So the thing is this, with the dollar yen coming down right now, you can see that you hit the KCB very nicely. All right, so what's causing the dollar to be losing strength? I don't know. Maybe you can fill me in the fundamental, right, in the comment box, let me know. But nonetheless, when the dollar is coming down, you're going to expect the gold price is going to go up. Okay, that one pretty clear.